There might be people who are just waking up and might not be aware what happened in Dallas, Texas last night, yesterday, and through the night. Black Lives Matter held a rally there right after the report of the two black men who were shot, one in Louisiana and another in Minnesota. Black Lives Matter, the agitative radical group, took to the streets. In Dallas, Texas, the police officer went out with the intent to protect the protesters. It's been reported that the officers did not have a riot gear because they didn't want the police officer to intimidate the ralliers. Is that a word? Ralliers?
Maybe.
And because they didn't want to intimidate them, so they didn't wear riot gear. There was an attack upon the officers during this radical group rally. And I've been telling you for a long time that Black Lives Matter is an evil, agitative, radical group of people. But they're allowed to do what they do. They're allowed to do it because they're black. As a result, you now have 5 police officers dead in Dallas and 7 officers wounded. And Obama over in another country talking about the justice system while pretending to be really hurt about what happened with the officers. One of the shooters, alleged shooters, I think I'm supposed to say that, Micah X. Johnson, 25, has been named as the suspect who wanted to kill white police. And he was killed by police bombs. Whatever. And I want to tell you this. Fox News has reported that the suspect told authorities he was angry about police shooting. He said he was upset at white people. And this was according to Chief Brown there in Texas. The guy said he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers. I've told you that the race war is already happening. It's been going on for a number of years now. And people ignoring it as though it's not happening. White folks are under attack. This environment has been created by Barack Obama, and we're getting what he created. But it's been going on way before Obama became president. This has been growing for years. Started, as far as I can remember back, with Jesse Jackson, the so-called civil rights leaders. They've been lying to black Americans, and I wish black Americans could see it, that white folks hate them, racism exists, and they've only have done this in order to use black Americans for their own personal gain. Jesse Jackson's not going to get in trouble about what happened in Dallas last night. Al Sharpton, Louis Farrakhan, those guys won't get in trouble. The black guy that's now dead and the 3 who are in custody, they're suffering for this. That's why I want black Americans to wake up and take control of their own lives. Some of you might not be aware of this. While the shooting was happening, there was a riot. I mean, what do you call that?
Looting?
Looting that happened in Dallas.
This 7-Eleven, they shut down about an hour ago because there were just so many people here. We had a chance to talk with someone who came in to actually get some water, and they said people were just coming in and just taking alcohol out of the fridges out of the fridge in the area, and also just taking anything they can. You can see a lot of the trash on the ground. This is all stuff. I can't tell you that all this is stuff that's been looted, but for what we've been told is at least some of the items that you've seen here are things that people have stolen from here.
So, black Americans killing cops, rioting. Why would you go and riot? I mean, loot. Go over to the 7-Eleven, and now we got you all on TV. A lot of black people into their blackness. I would think that this would be embarrassing. If you're going to be into your blackness, and I don't recommend it. I'd rather see you be into character rather than color. But if you're going to be into it, at least when the folks show you on the news, act like you got some sense. Don't go and loot. Stealing alcohol.
You can see the wall of officers that are sort of protecting at least the establishment, as well as, well, the reason we got to this location so late was because our vehicles were parked in this parking lot, and we had a very hard time getting our vehicles out because there were so many people surrounding it, and also people putting their beer bottles and pouring their beer and alcohol all over our vehicles. So we had to remove our vehicles safely with all these people around. I would say there are about 300 to 400 people in this area. What we're noticing is a lot of people here taunting officers. We're noticing people that are clearly intoxicated, people who are clearly mad. And not a very good mix right now just outside this 7-Eleven. Again, it is closed. It's closed early. The owner asked DPD to shut down because people were coming in to steal items from that store.
This is why I've been encouraging forgiveness, starting with forgiving your parents first, because as long as you have this anger, it just causes you to do crazy things like this, things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. And Black Americans, you must drop your anger. You're not going to build a life. Nothing good is going to come out of all this. Nothing good. We had those riots. Remember the riots in South Central L.A. Where they burned down the stores and businesses. They looted and they just really carried on. And money went out with the intent or pretended intent to rebuild the community. South Central LA has never been rebuilt. And the money that ended up under the pretense of taking care of the folks ended up in the pockets of the so-called leadership, the preachers and the politicians. So Black America, you're not going to gain anything from this, and you're just causing other cultures to hate you and be afraid of you and avoid you as much as possible. This is not how you build character. This is not how you get ahead in life. Breitbart reported on some of the anti-police tweets of late.
There's been a bunch of anti-cop threats and tweets on Twitter calling for the mass murder of police officers before, during, and after this whole Dallas thing happened. One of them is from this guy, Ben Baller, who's a fairly famous guy, apparently, a verified account.
Famous in what way?
Famous, I don't know, for doing something. There's a picture of him in a Lamborghini. He may be some type of star.
Like a rapper?
There's a lot of, I don't know.
Go ahead.
He tweeted out, "I want to kill 100 cops every time I hear stop resisting." And then he put a sad face, "Rest in peace, hashtag Alton Sterling." And that got 356 likes. This guy, Cabazon, said, "We need to start shooting back at these pigs, kill them all." Eastside D said, "Bees that gangbang need to tell the homies, F killing another brother, let's kill these pigs." Kalia Baylor said, "I wish there was a purge so that we can kill cops that are effing stupid." Conan Griffin said, "Take the pigs to the slaughterhouse instead of letting them kill us."
Amazing.
Pig, gun, 100. And Shamira said, "We need to have a real-life purge and kill these MF pigs. We ain't got no use for them at this point." One man called himself My Precious. He put a graphic tweet out. He tweeted out an Instagram screenshot of a pastel drawing or a painting of a masked assassin cutting the throat of a white officer with his hands tied behind his back as though it were an ISIS beheading. He tweeted, "Soon the tables will turn." And the female who originally posted this on Instagram, where he got this, said, "Peace has only gotten us so far. I feel like sooner or later this is what it's going to look like. And after the election, I can just see further chaos waiting."
That guy looked like Jihadi John.
Yeah, he did. And this Ben Baller guy that I told you about, the first one, he said, "Christopher Dorner is a legend. He saw this police F a long time ago and tried to do something about it. Disagree with me. I don't give a F." He tweeted that out almost 24 hours ago. This is before the Dallas shooting.
Isn't it illegal for people to write threats like this about cops?
If it's a threat, it's illegal. Some of these are just wishes and stuff like that.
I want to kill 100 cops every time I hear stop resisting.
It may be illegal.
That should be illegal.
There are
Some guy said we need to start shooting back at these pigs, kill them all.
Yep.
Why would Twitter allow this to stay up on the account?
They either don't know about it or they don't think it's a big deal.
If a conservative had tweeted something like this about someone, it'll be down before you can put it up.
Yeah. They would get a lot of reports.
You know, the unfortunate thing about this is that America has allowed blaming white people to go on for so many years now without a strong defense from white folks that these folks believe this and it's not real. White people are not hating black folks. White cops are not hating black folks. But because it has not been repudiated for so many years, these people are like convinced. When you're angry, you know, it's easy to convince anyway, but they're convinced that they're hated because of their color. And it's just not true. And so you have all this killing and chaos over a lie, over something that does not exist. Isn't that like mind-blowing?
Yeah. We have another screenshot on there that has about 14 other people cheering on Dallas.
And so they're like right on.
Yeah, they're saying, sniper just capped a cop in Dallas. How do you like an eye for an eye now, Flatfoot? Killer cops set this blank in motion. Blank them. And then one says, good getting them in Dallas. And another one says, it's going down in Dallas. Time to stop being scared and fight back. Blank. I honestly don't feel bad nor sad about the downtown Dallas stuff. Shout out to them Dallas N-words.
And are these black people tweeting this out?
I see mostly black people tweeting it, yes.
This is so unfortunate. It's just so not real. And the only way you're going to get these people to see that this anger that they feel is over an illusion, they're going to have to overcome the anger themselves to see that what they have been believing is a lie.
Yep.
You can't convince an angry person.